it's sort of, I guess, a well-known fact that out in Hollywood, having a major studio backing you comes with both its advantages and disadvantages. You get the financial backing, but you've also got someone breathing down your neck. As an independent company, do you guys feel that at the end of the day, what you're doing is more rewarding because you know that it's a product completely composed of you and your crew?
Oh yeah. I can think of a lot of hard days that I wouldn't probably do on anybody else's project. I would have had to check out, and said, okay, the day's done. But when it's your own project, you can do it. And we would look at each other and like we're hauling garbage away or loading up the van or with equipment at 2 a.m. and it's pitch black and you got work lights on your head and you're just trying to make sure you didn't leave anything behind and just looking at it, it's like, you know what, it's better to do this on your own project than any other job on somebody else's.
It's very rewarding at the end of the day to find out that what you shot looks good.
Well,
it works.
And now, I mean, right now, to be releasing it and having all these comments come in on the web and people talking about the stuff that we wrote a long time ago and filmed a little while ago and edited, yesterday.
There's always somebody to answer to. I mean, now that we've got our content, we'll have to be formatting it for people who want it this way or that way. Eventually, as we continue to produce really good quality content, somebody from a bigger network or studio may come and want to have a meeting with us and extend a partnership or collaborate with us. And then that'll be another bridge to cross, a whole other animal.
We're not taking anything off the table. Our goal here is to is to do what we said we want to do. Keep making the shows that we want to watch in a way that we like to do them, and in a way that we can keep doing it. So what allows us to do that? Well, there might be partnerships that allow us to do that. We're not going to write that off. At the same time, being independent is great because there's nobody kind of tapping you on the shoulder and going, we really think that this girl should do it, and should be in the series, even if that's not right for the role.
Being independent and in creating this content and bringing it to life on our own has allowed us to enter into those relationships on a more equal playing field. We hope. I mean, it's never always going to be completely equal, but it's definitely a different way of relating and working with whoever we're going to be working with in the future than it would be if he was just a director for hire and I was just a director for hire.
Right. The studio
at this
giveth.
Point in our career.
The studio giveth and the studio taketh away. So if you have a network, and this is what happens to every sci-fi project. You just get it out there, the fans are loving it, and then it's like, oh gosh, you only had 16 million viewers and you really need 17 million viewers to make it work on network time, so you're gone. You can't. We don't want to be canceled. We want the series to continue as long as there's a story to tell. And that's interesting to us and the audience, and there's an audience for it. Yeah, so it becomes self-fulfilling in that way.
Outstanding. It's established that Divergence is a sci-fi action show, but its concepts are rooted into real-life things such as PTSD. How well do you think you did your research into that, so you feel that any fans of yours who may suffer from it can relate to the characters in the show?
Interesting. I think we did a lot of research into all the mini concepts. In fact, we were just having a conversation with somebody about the fact that one of the characters, Tyler Knight, is an amputee. He's in a wheelchair, and she was saying, "Wow, you guys, it's not just some."
She was in a wheelchair for 2 years, and she said one of the things she doesn't like is whenever they portray somebody in a wheelchair, they just get a hospital wheelchair. The truth is, these people who are, living with paraplegic or quadriplegic
or
amputees, they have to get these chairs custom made so that they're comfortable for them and they can live with them for the rest of their lives. And we know that.
Yeah.
We got the authentic thing, and
we do our research. At the same time, we are small. We certainly will make mistakes, and we hope that people will roll with us and like the storytelling. It's not from lack of wanting to do it right. I actually think that the reality of various situations are what make them more interesting than just sort of the stock, kind of TV. Oh, he's the wacky guy who's got PTSD.
The other character, Loris, played by Courtney, the actress Courtney Munch. Her father is a veteran, and she has a lot of experience
with those issues. So she kept us honest.
She kept us honest, and I thought it was a tremendous compliment at the end of the day when she said, "I think you did a really good job of bringing that element into the character," and that one person to us.
Yeah.
So I actually consulted her a lot on what are sort of the things that are symptoms or behaviors that may be subtle versus behaviors that are really sort of outstanding, because I think that it's the subtle stuff that's important to get down to as well.
Yeah, and the the element of PTSD in Dan's character, the hero Mark Leonard, hero of Divergence, it expresses itself not in a lot of really big plot points, but more throughout, especially early in the season, where where there's a lot of question about is something going on or is something not going on, right? Not to spoil, I don't think we're just going to spoil anything at this point. Yeah, there's something really is going on. So it makes him a very ideal hero to be going through this because no one believes him. Even the people closest to him don't believe him because he sees bugaboos around every corner, right? So it makes him a really sympathetic and troubled hero for this series.
At the end of the day, though, it's really happening.
Yeah,
it's not.
The stuff is really happening.
But we have some ideas about exploring what we can do with that aspect of the character in season 2. I think he's got some great ideas on how to get more out of that, and I'm looking forward to doing it, to shoot it.
So to answer your question, we do our research, we take it seriously, we do probably make mistakes too. They're not Karen.
One last question, because I know time is short. At your hour with Dan Southworth panel yesterday, you had hinted at the fact that Divergence may just be the first of many in what you hope to be a long-standing career in doing these web series.
You hinted at that, did you?
I did.
I don't think we have to hint at that.
No, I didn't hint at that.
Yeah.
I flat out said it.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's our vision.
Our goal is to be a media company and own a library of shows,
and create. For me, it's we want to create the shows that we want to watch, and people aren't making those. So we have development sessions where we basically say, what would what would be cool? And we starting off with ideas that would be cool, and not necessarily like trying to like fill the various sci-fi tropes. And not everything is sci-fi. We have. Can we talk about some of these things?
Yeah,
can we talk about Kanan?
Kanan is the next show.
Is the next series coming
out?
out?
The name of the next series.
It's really badass. It's
really cool.
It's sort of a spaghetti western vibe influenced dystopian future, kind of a Mad Maxy future with not really zombies, but our own take. I think we've got a very unique take on zombies.
We don't want to play out the zombie things.
No,
we're doing something a little bit different.
Yeah, it's very different. The thing about zombie is you take like the most ruthless predatory killer that's ever been known to exist on any planet, right? Just like regular human beings. And then you turn it into something that like doesn't remember how to like open a door, right? So they're like not that scary, but we have our own twist on it that is it's very, very, very scary.
I grew up watching westerns with my father. I mean, I love that. That's to me, growing up, that was being an American,
Yeah.
Western.
Yeah, we both love westerns.
So I had to find a way to create a show where I could be in a western.
Well, all the great stuff gets dropped. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
Westerns, man. I love westerns, and then they got dropped. They got dropped, and westerns are badass. Action. There's no action on TV anymore. You used to get stuff like Martial Law or Walker Texas Ranger, or like all kinds of. Used to be action was a staple, and now there's nothing really. I mean that comes to mind. I'm sure there is. Somebody will go.
I don't watch enough TV to know, but nothing stands out.
Nothing stands out, right? And so then we just want to bring in these series that that kind of go out there a little bit.
There's this new series created by J.J. Abrams called Revolution.
I heard about a little something about that.
That's got a lot of action in it.
Does it? I heard especially the pilot has some great scenes.
Well, the pilot has some great scenes that I think they're great because I'm in them. But but I do know that that's going to have a lot of action in it, and it's pretty cool stuff. And it's a post-apocalyptic, no, dystopian.
Dystopian future, very different from
very
ours.
different than what
Yeah.
we're doing,
And
but it does have that. It takes advantage of that.
you know what I do like? I like things like Game of Thrones, where it's like there's really a push. There's not actually a ton of action in Game of Thrones,
No.
but it's a great vision. I like watching that, and I you know that's something to shoot for when we have the budget.
I don't know. I remember growing up and thinking that when the action was about to take place, there was this sort of anticipation that danger was lurking around the corner, and the danger was going to be that these two guys are going to get in a fight. And so to me, it was like what was great about that was the build-up of the story, the tension in the characters.
Yeah.
So that when something does finally happen, even if it's just a punch, it's really meaningful and it's exciting and it happens. You know, even like I remember Billy Jack. I'm going to put this foot on that side of your face. It's like some of the coolest
Hang on while I
moments
take my
in
shoes
life.
off.
And it had nothing to do with the actual action itself.
Yeah.
It was the lead up to that. And so I like that we do that with our show, and I think that's an important thing to do with action shows. And that means you don't necessarily need 15 minutes of full-on fight action and
Right.
flipping and flying through the air, because at some point it's all stuff you've seen before, and you can't compete with large studios,
No, at the
millions of
time.
dollars to
But-
put all
but
kinds of
but what we do-
you know, explosions and effects into it as well.
Yeah, but what
You
we
don't
do
need to.
what we do is our best special effect is story. Our action scenes always drive the story, and that you know, otherwise it's just like fight. Oh, okay, they're done. Now what happens in the story? Because people, I think, really care about the story. So we always connect the action to the story, and I think that's just something that we've learned that as fans ourselves, that's when we care about stuff. But yeah, Kanan's going to be next. We have a series called The Bad Guy. We're very excited about. We have a couple other things, but that's not sci-fi at all. Actually,
We have
that's,
something that may or may not become a series or a full-length feature. It's called Damned.
Yeah,
That's pretty fun.
we're very excited. It is originally a feature. We started. It's the only one of ours that was originally a feature. Everything else we developed exclusively as a series. Damned was from a script that Dan wrote, and it was a fantastic script, but it also would lend itself to a good feature. But now we're starting to think that maybe its life is as a feature. So that's in flux. But we've got more.
There's another one tentatively labeled. Its working title is Generation X, which I think can be pretty cool. It's kind of down the line. We've got a lot of stuff we're thinking about.
Yeah. And of
Not
course,
just thinking about,
season.
developing.
Yeah, we're actively developing, and season 2 of Divergence will be excited.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Some of the new ideas that he's got.
Yeah. So that's what we're working on. It's not a secret. Our company Popular Uprising is looking to create a movement of high-end, high-quality, exciting, fan-conscious, fan-driven programming.
Where can viewers go to find out more information about Divergence and possibly even your other projects?
Well, whatisdivergence.com is our main website. You can also go to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Divergence series.
But the button, the Facebook
series.
button is there at the website,
Yeah.
whatisdivergence.com. You can go to whatisdivergence.com and find the link to the Facebook fan page and also the link to the YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
That's
The best place to go is just go watch it. Go watch the stuff on YouTube, YouTube/Popular Uprising.
And you guys put out new episodes how often?
Every Monday.
Every Monday is a new episode.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you both so much for your time.
No, thank
right.
you.
Thank
man.
you.
It was fun.